Some people spend their lives asking the hard questions. Others spend their lives searching for the truth behind the answers.
Ako, marami akong kaaway, maraming galit sa akin. May mga gustong pumatay. Pag binuksan ko yung cellphone ngayon, maraming private message yun. Minumura ka, bakla ka, tapos yan, papatayin kita. Maraming ganun.
Our guest today has done both. He's a journalist, an anchor, an online creator, a husband, a father, and an amateur boxer who learned that discipline is not only built in the newsroom, but also in the ring.
Tsaka yung iba yung pakaramdaman masunto ko sa mukha. I started kasi out of curiosity. Kasi nung bata ako, hindi mo ako napapaaway. Tapos sabi ko, ano ba yung feeling na yung makipagsuntukan ka ng 3 minutes or even 9 minutes?
But behind the interviews, the commentaries, the punches, and the principles is a man shaped by family, faith, courage, and the quiet battles that made him who he is today.
As a person, hirap na hirap akong gawin isang bagay pag hindi ko gusto. Kahit malaki pa yung bayad dyan or very comfortable yung return, pag hindi mo siya gusto, hindi ako yun.
Tonight, we step away from the headlines, the noise, and the breaking news, and meet Christian Esguerra.
Very opinionated, very argumentative. I remember, I love debating with people, even with my
Even as a
parents.
kid?
As a kid. Yung marami akong opinion, marami akong naiisip.
This is the second row, where public figures become human. So guys, girls, welcome to the second row. Again, this is King Panda, your host. We're in the back of the I-7, and today we have somebody very special, and we're very honored to have him on the show. And today we have in our midst Mr. Christian Esguerra, who I think revolutionized the online journalism game.
Thank you. Very generous of you.
So, we follow you, we watch your shows, and it's very refreshing to see kasi na you really speak your mind and you ask the right question. But today, we asked you the questions so our followers can get to know the Christian Esguerra behind the mic.
Hi, Master Chan po ang inyong feng shui expert pagdating sa politika. Ano bang aasahan natin ngayong Year of the Fire Horse? Magandang tanong yan.
Who is Christian when nobody needs an opinion from him?
Very interesting question. No? I haven't thought of that. Pero ano yan as I grow older, nag-iiba talaga yung priorities at saka roles and perspectives. You know that, King Panda. No? Pero una-una, maraming salamat for inviting me. It's something very new to me. No? Iba yung mundo mo, King Panda. But you have to know na, sinabi ko naman sa kanya before we started na I love watching his videos. Yung mga review niya na asshole-ish. And I think that's the value proposition of those reviews of his. Sa akin, right now, if I'm not doing my thing as a journalist, although that is deeply ingrained in my persona, in my psyche, I'm a family man. I'm 47 years old. I started late with my family, and I'm focused on my family, my wife, and my 2 children. So I have a newborn, 3 months old, a daughter. So that's me, off cam.
Your son is how old?
4 years old.
Wow,
Oh.
magkasunod. Because now you're very public, you're a journalist, and you started your career with the big boys,
Yeah.
When did it start? How was Christian when he was a little boy?
Very opinionated, very argumentative. I remember, I love debating with people, even with my
Even as a
parents.
kid?
As a kid. Yung marami akong opinion, marami akong naiisip. And one thing that I noticed was, I usually spoke my mind. Pag may nakikita ako, something that upset me, something that I like, pero more of something that upset me, or which I thought wasn't right, based on my standards or perspective in life, I spoke out.
You verbalized it.
Oh, pati sa school, sa mga discussions with teachers. That was who I am. Who I was. Hanggang ngayon naman ganun eh.
Were you like that because you were curious? Or you were more, shall I say, being opinionated was stemmed out because of your curiosity to know more?
I would suppose so. Kasi very, very curious ako sa mga bagay. Parang if I don't know much about something, I really try my best to learn more about it. So, nandun yung natural curiosity. So, when I was a kid, ganun talaga yung naging upbringing ko. And then, of course, yung curiosity ko was further harnessed because my mom was very much into the news. Nakikinig sa transistor radio. So, yun yung white noise namin background noise when I was growing up. So, I think nakatulong yun Parang mas na-harness yung curiosity ko. And then my father used to bring home yung mga newspapers, news magazines. I remember nung panahon ng kudeta, 1990s yan Bumibili siya ng Reporter magazine. Noong time na yun, talaga makikita mo yung gory pictures Yung mga namatay because of the kudeta during the Aquino administration. Then bumibili siya ng Tempo. That was his favorite
Tempo,
English
wala na ngayon.
language tabloid. So, binabasa ko. So, ayun. And then when I was in high school, I was part of the debate team. And then I joined the school paper sa San Beda High School. Sa Menjola pa noong time na yun. Paano ba ako nagsimula? Kuha na ng card. And then nung nadaan kami sa isang office na maliit, sabi ng nanay ko, ano yun? Sabi ko, I think that's the school paper. Sabi niya, apply ka. So, I applied. And I was in third year and I liked it. Parang sabi ko, ibang expression pala pa nagsulat ka.
Yes.
I had no formal training and then when I started working there, sabi ko, parang nagugustuhan mo. Meron siyang psychic reward. Tapos nandun yung struggles mo as an adolescent, high schooler. So, I didn't stop na. Since
So it
1994.
gave you a platform to hone your skills further, no?
Yeah, Tsaka yung ma-verbalize mo, put into words yung mga iniisip mo.
Both your parents pa were in media? Or?
Hindi. My mom was housewife, homemaker. Tapos my father, he passed away in 2018. He was a forklift operator before sa San Miguel. And then nag-retire na early. I came from very humble beginnings and I think yung perspective na yun, yung experience, helped me push myself further and farther to be able to siguro at least overachieve. Kasi ang tingin ko dyan lahat naman tayo binigyan ng Diyos ng ng kanya-kanyang skills and talents or gifts. Pero it's up to you whether you would harness them and how would make good use of them, not just for yourself but for something bigger than yourself.
Yeah. You went to San Beda?
High school.
Where did you go to college?
UST.
Journalism.
Actually, I went to UST. Ang come-on ko lang doon because I wanted to join the school paper.
Okay.
Kaya ako nag-UST. Yung Varsitarian. Because when I was in high school, yung mga nagsasalita sa amin for training seminars came from the Varsitarian. So, parang nagkaroon ng natural umbilical cord or connection. So, sabi ko, parang gusto ko mag-join.
So, that's what prompted you.
So, I took up journalism also.
Pasensya na, medyo mahaba-haba yung ating gabi ngayon dahil actually itong third live episode natin, pagpapa-unlock ko ito dahil din po sa mga nag-message sa atin kanina, mga nag-comment sa Facebook na sinasabi.
Now, over the years, your mom influenced you a lot. You know, what if you could remember one thing, even your dad, with man of a few words, what is one thing that they taught you that how you are today?
I would say yung character tsaka hard work. On top of that, yung integrity. Yung hard work meaning you have to work hard for something that you want and what you need. Parang nothing is given freely in life. Talagang kailangan paghirapan mo yan. If you want to be this kind of person at this age, you work hard for it. Diba? Hindi mo siya kailangan conscious isipin na araw-araw Baka ma-obsess ka Pero pag nakikita mong hard work na pinapakita ng parents mo, talagang na-imbibe mo yan
By example.
By example. Tsaka, syempre, integrity. Kasi ang hirap naman na, honestly, pwede ka namang yumaman, di ba? Pero, you're poor in spirit, you're poor in character, o walang hiyakan tao, di ba? Example, yung mga politiko na involved sa flood control, di ba? Mayaman yan, sarap ng kinakain, nakakapagpasara ng mga butik sa Paris yan. Pero minumura naman yung apelido mo. Tapos kung meron kang hiya sa sarili, kahihiya mo yung apelido mo
Yeah.
Di ba? At some point, may limit na rin yan
Kasi things that you do will dictate how you're perceived.
Yes, and nothing beats hard work talaga.
Yeah.
Yung pag alam mo pinaghirapan mo isang bagay. Let's say, 'di ba, you're a car guy, 'di ba? You deal with people who purchase cars. Iba yung pag binili mo yung kotse, alam mo pinaghirapan mo yung pambili nun. Mas mamahalin mo.
Yung appreciation mo iba
Yeah.
You know, unlike people who just buy it and stock it there na parang kinokollect na lang or iniiwan para panghugas. Diba? Iba pa yun. Christian, if you could spend one afternoon with Christian the little boy, what's the first thing that you'd tell him?
Things will get hard before they get better. That's one lesson in life I realize. Kasi may kanya-kanya tayong mga anxieties, mga pressure points in different stages of our lives.
Yeah.
Diba, pag nag-aaral tayo, inisip namin, hirap-hirap naman. Wait till you wait till you become an adult and start thinking of bills.
Yep.
Wait till you have children, responsibilities. Yes. Pero, na-realize ko lahat ng hard work na yan, you have to go through them. You have to experience hardship and pressure.
It shapes you.
It shapes you in your character. Kasi imagine mo, if you had a very easy life, baka maging whiner ka. Gano'n ka ng sense of entitlement, and then siguro your fuse will be very, very short. Wala kang patience. Yun ang nakikita kong problema. Especially with today's generation, a very easily distracted, di ba?
Entitled generation. If there's a word.
Hindi naman lahat, no? Pero
Hindi lahat, yeah.
Because of the technology, because of the culture.
It's the instant gratification.
Yun, no?
No? Somebody can get things right away without having to exert the effort that we used to have
Isa example
to do.
ka dyan, boss, yung travel. Di ba ngayon kasi parang Instagram culture, parang mga tao, hindi ka pa nakakapagtrabaho, hindi ka pa kumikita ng sarili mong
Gusto mo na magbakasyon.
Gusto mo na magbakasyon. Nung generation, magka-age. Wala ka ng konti,
Halos. 4 years apart.
Yung concept before ng gap year, that was very, very alien to me.
There's no such thing as a gap year.
Yung pag-graduate mo, dapat, pahinga ka muna. Sa akin kasi, hindi ko pwedeng gawin yun eh. Because if I had a gap year, in the first place, I didn't have that luxury. Titirik ako eh. Because wala akong pangkakain.
Yeah.
So I needed to work.
What's one thing or something that people usually get wrong about you?
They think suplado ko eh. Even my wife sometimes naiinis sa reaction ng mukha ko eh. Kasi deadpan yung mukha ko eh. Yung
Parang poker player, no?
Oh, poker face na, may column ako nung high school sa school paper. Ang title, Deadpan.
Deadpan.
That's me. So, minsan they think na kunwari, may sinabi sila and they were expecting this kind of reaction na level 22. Makukuha na siguro level 1, level 3. Pero in my head, nagre-react ako. Hindi lang lumalabas ang mukha. So, may ganun silang parang misconception na napakasuplado siguro ito. Siguro asshole. Yung totoo naman yung asshole, tsaka yung okay, suplado. Kasi namimili rin ako ng kinakausap eh.
Yeah.
Especially
in your line of work, in your position, you have to be very careful with who you talk to and what you say, you know? Because
yun nga lang.
it can be construed.
Tama. Pero yun nga, for the longest time, I had to speak with so many people of different characters, background, tsaka proclivities, tsaka pati mga kurap, mga magnanakaw, kinakausap mo talaga yun eh. Pero syempre, given a choice, pinipili ko. Kunwari, in my interpersonal relations, umiiwas ako sa mga scheming ng mga tao, mga very, very pretentious. I don't want to be associated with them. Tsaka mga manipulative.
Yes.
So,
kasi baka ikaw pa mapahamak.
yun nga. Tsaka, ako honestly, mabait akong tao. Pero pag inasshole ako,
yun ang nakakatakot eh. Actually, that's the
times
scariest
to ko sa
part.
yan.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, that's the scariest part eh. Yung mga taong maingay, baliwala yun eh. Yeah, I've always been curious, you being who you are and us discovering your inner Christian Esguerra now. But I'm sure there's times that life gets overwhelming.
Yeah,
Where do you find peace pag nangyari yun?
I don't know whether people can relate with this, no? Kasi, di ba, lahat naman tayo na stress, especially in this line of work, di ba? Ako, marami akong kaaway, maraming galit sa akin. May mga gustong pumatay. Pag binuksan ko yung cellphone ngayon, maraming private message yun eh. Minumura ka, bakla ka, tapos yan, papatayin kita. Maraming ganun. Minsan iniisip ko lang.
Comes with the job.
Yeah, oo. Par for the course naman yan eh. Pero ang iniisip ko, I learned how to identify first what caused this specific irritant. Kunwari, mabad trip ka at this moment. Inisip ko, bakit ba ako na-bad trip ngayong gabi? Tapos pag na-identify ko yun, that helps me address it properly. Tapos parang inisip ko, in my list of priorities, pang ilan ba to? Baka naman pumuputi lalim buho ko dito sa problema to na hindi naman
Wala naman, yeah.
And of course, praying helps a lot. Kasi sa akin, parang dapat meron kang personal relationship with God na nakakatulong yan eh. Kasi parang, even if you think you're in control, parang alam mo na lahat. Diba yan naman ang basic sa tao, diba? You fear something that you do not know.
Yes.
The fear of the unknown. And sometimes, the fear is exacerbated by the fact that you do not know what to do in the face of that uncertainty. Doon papasok yung faith mo eh. Hindi pong there's a higher being that can help you deal with that, and then you will realize it later na kaya pala.
That's when creative solutions come eh. When you realize that is that you? There has to be something na higher
Nakakatulong yun. Tsaka ano yan parang nagkakaroon ka ng sense of humility. Kasi for instance, in anything, no, pwedeng sabihin ng mga tao, ako, I would like to believe na self-made ako Whatever I have, I really work hard for them. At lumaban ako ng patas. Pero ayoko ring isagad yung ganung mentality because that might turn you into something very narcissistic. Na inisip mo, nagawa ko to all because of
Ako
you.
lang. Yeah,
No, not
yeah.
because of you. There were people who helped you.
Yes.
Your family, your parents, your wife, your children, they inspired you. And most importantly, yung Diyos Parang binigyan ka ng mga guideposts. Parang ito, tingnan mo yan. Naglagay siya ng mga tao at certain points in your life to help you. Or siguro, nilagyan ka ng mga bad people along the way
To teach you.
to learn from.
Yung bawasan lang po yung brazenness at saka yung kabibuhan.
Ito usually naririnig natin sa mga galit sa media. Lalo't wala pa rin po yung mga pinakamalalaking isda na nakakasuhan at nakukulong patungkol po rito sa flood control scandal.
Busy po ito makakausap natin. Buti po napaunlakan po tayo.
What habits are you still trying to change until today?
Sa interviews, mas binabawasan ko. Kasi minsan pag pumasok yung opinion sa utak mo, parang gusto mo sabihin agad. Diba? Minsan
Especially
binabawasan
pag
ko.
mali yung sagot.
Oo. Parang gusto mo nang barahin. Teka mo,
Okay, alam mo, pinapaikot ka, di ba?
Binubullshit ka. Kasi very opinionated sometimes yung pag pumasok sa isip mo, parang more often than not gusto kong sabihin So kailangan ko ng konting preno. So I pray for prudence. Yung mga importanteng bagay yan. And of course, I need to get back into shape kasi nung nagkapangalawang baby, nakalimutan ko na yan.
Wala,
yung workout
yung oras, wala kang oras di ba?
Nag-iiba kasi yung mindset Dati very very active ako sa mga workout na ganyan.
Saka sports, you played sports.
I used to box before. Heavily, nung I started at age late na mga 26, 27. Pero
Pare, iba boxing, grabe.
iba yung feeling Tsaka yung iba yung pakaramdaman masuntok ko sa mukha.
Ayun, hindi ko pa nasubukan mag-spar.
I started kasi out of curiosity. Kasi nung bata ako, hindi mo ako napapaaway. Siguro mga twice lang. Tapos sabi ko, ano ba yung feeling na yung makipagsuntukan ka ng 3 minutes or even 9 minutes na mapipikon ka ba?
Full-on sparring talaga.
Tapos I used to join yung mga amateur before.
Clubs, yeah.
Yung mga tournament. Hindi lang halata sa mukha kasi mukhang mabait pero yan, nakakatulong sa character mo kasi.
Yes.
Parang I wanted to test myself na ano bang reaction ko pag may sumapak sa akin. Tapos feeling ko nabubugbog ako. Okay, parang
How do you...
hindi to pa machong discussion sinasabi ko lang, yung boxing specifically, may matuturo sa yung lessons. Iba kasi yung nag-observe ka, pero naranasan mo, let's say, pucha.
Iba manood ng boxing pag...
Akala nila madali
Yes.
Tapos pag nandiyan ka na sa kunwari, round 3, patapos na. 3 minutes yun So magiging 9 minutes na. Doon sa dulo, where would you get that final strength para tapusin?
Tama.
O kaya yung, paano kunwari sinunto ka, how would you react? Doon lalabas kung, hindi mo kailangan maging matapang You just have to rise to the occasion.
Yung pagod ka na, paano mo...
Tapos dati na-realize ko, may mga kami dati parang sparring days. Yung kung sino lang dumating doon sa gym, magbugan. Tapos, syempre, pagpunta mo, kakabahan ka Sino ba yung darating, di ba?
Biglang malaki yan, biglang...
Tapos pagdating mo rin sa ring, nawawala pala yun Parang, yung nag-iiba ka.
You're in the moment.
So nakakatulong yun in terms of building your character.
Yung sabi nga nila, pag nandun ka na, that's when all the training and all the hard work that you put in, that's where it will all come out.
Tsaka mag-isa ka na lang
Isa ka, wala ka mabe-blame, wala nang
Then
team.
mo gagamitin lahat ng gulang mo, intimidation. Minsan kasi sa stair doon, totoo pala, na-intimidate
Doon pa lang, sinda ka na, Who knows the real Christian Esguerra better than anyone in your life right now?
I think my wife. Nakikita niya kasi yung yung strengths and weaknesses. Nakikita niya highs and lows. Nakikita niya if I lose my temper and because of what. Nakikita niya if I'm happy. I guess my wife. Kasama mo araw-araw
Pero yung iba kasi magaling magtago. Diba? And then that's, I think, where relationship really matters and choosing the right partner, diba?
Totoo yan, boss. Kasi I realized that nakita ko tong quote na to before Parang the most important choice a man would make is a choice of his wife.
His partner.
Partner.
Yes.
Totoo pala yan.
Totoo.
Imagine mo kasi pag nagkamali ka, minalas ka sa pagpili.
Yan pa magiging anchor mo minsan
Diba? Pwedeng i-push ka, pwedeng i-pull ka
Yes. What's one criticism over your life that hurt you? because deep inside, you knew it was the truth and it came from someone that mattered?
Honestly, wala akong maalala. Parang nasanay na rin ako sa parang naging numb na rin ako sa criticism. And I don't care very personal criticism from people I know naman. Pero from the trolls, from the partisan critics, hindi naman ako masyadong tinatablan actually.
Hindi ka na, kasi sobrang dami minsan Lahat may opinion di ba?
Minsan lang pag may mga patulan moments ako. Kunwari, wala akong ginagawa. Kagigising ko na Sabado, Linggo. Teka, patulan ko nga to. Sasagutin ko lang. Pero pinagkakatubaan ko lang.
Ako, I think we used to live off that Pero ngayon, I'm not allowed to answer anymore Kaya meron kami admin.
Meron na.
Meron na.
Ako kasi sumasagot Pero minsan, ang babantot ng mga comment.
Oo, minsan, sigurado kahit ginamit mo yung sarili mong profile, parang ako mahihiya pag ako sumagot na
Oo,
ganun.
grabe. Tapos siya iba, yung mumura-murahin ka, pagpunta mo sa Facebook profile niya, pucha, may Diyos May,
Diba?
may Mama
meron
Mary,
pang quote,
Bible
diba?
verse.
Meron. Tapos yung profile quote niya, may Bible passage pa, di ba?
Correct. Tapos may
Wala
picture
yan.
ng mga anak. Diba?
Ay, hindi
Parang,
boss, na-hack yung account ko
Oo. Hindi, yung problema sa atin minsan, they don't realize na yung persona mo, online and offline, hindi pwedeng magkahiwalay.
Tama.
Hindi ka pwedeng Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde. Dapat
Consistent
authentic
ka.
ka kung sino ka.
Yes.
Hindi, pero syempre, huwag ka maging consistent na masamang tao. Kung masamang tao ka online, ayusin mo. Wag ganun.
Tama.
Tsaka, mahirap kunwari, tatay ka or kung sino ka man. Titingalain ka
Tsaka people can see right through you.
Yeah.
Hindi ko naman sinasabing yung mga maaayos, lahat nasa ilalim. Pero marami po rin sa mga maaayos at alam mong very capable, very competent. Nandun sa dulo ng survey, yung nasa 40 pa ba?
You listen to other people's opinions because you interview a lot of people. Who listens to yours?
I guess the
Where-
viewers,
Where it matters the most?
like family. Doon ko na-realize kasi, ang tingin ko kasi sa ginagawa ko sa ginagawa natin, di ba? What I do is journalistic content creation. I see myself as a journalist doing journalism online. Doon ko na-realize yung power ng platform.
Yes.
That once you use it, meron siyang concrete effect, direct and indirect, in the lives of people. Policymakers watch it, di ba? Kumbaga, minsan maapektuhan minsan yung polisiya because of what you say. Hindi ako I'm not overestimating my reach, pero may ganun Meron siyang power And that is a very good reminder for you to do it well, do it properly.
There's responsibilities that come with it. Yeah.
Kasi iba ginagawa, di ba? Nagmumura-mura lang, gusto lang makakuha ng viewership, kung anong pinagsasabi. Diba
Wala
naman?
naman laman.
Okay, pinagkakaperahan lang talaga.
Yes.
Kasi ang problema rito, pag ang motivation mo primarily is money, and siguro, aggrandizement, yung you want to be famous, hindi talaga, it won't work
Kasi tawag nila for the views lang di ba?
Oo, yung mga cloud chasing. Kailangan
Dami
kasi,
ngayon yan, grabe.
ang gusto ko rito sa ginagawa ko kasi ako to When I was with a big network, maraming restrictions doon. Bawal yung mga ganito, ganyan-ganyan. What I do is, I self-regulate, but I don't do self-censorship. I know my limits.
There's a big difference, di ba?
Kasi, dito ko nadala experience ko sa journalist for so long. I really hate yung self-censorship. But you regulate yourself. Alam mo na, ito lang yung pwede mong sabihin. Ang rule ko is, right now, I venture into opinion journalism heavily. Lahat ng sasabihin ko dapat verifiable by facts. Pero hindi ko sasabihin magnanakaw ang isang politiko unless meron akong proof or talagang convicted yan. At mo, sasabihin ko, akusado yan sa pagnanakaw.
Yes.
O meron siyang history na nakakasuhan sa pagnanakaw.
Bahala na kayo mag-judge doon, di ba? Yeah. How do you stop yourself from becoming cynical after seeing so much conflict and division and knowing na a lot of these things sometimes staged ba? You know?
Yeah. Yung mga pseudo-events
Diba?
sa journalism
Na
na
alam
tawag
mo-
Napakagandang tanong. Kasi may nabasa ako before na ang career ng isang journalist, you start very idealistic. At some point, magiging skeptical. Parang you reject a lot of things. You're very critical. And that's part of the job. And then later on, pag hindi mo naayos yung sarili mo, magiging cynical ka na. Wala ka nang tinatanggap. Everything is negative to you. And that also affects your life. Your relationships. Lahat dinadoubt mo. Kaya ibang mga journalists, hirap mag-maintain ng relationship
Hirap mag-adjust sa real life, ano?
Kasi sinisisi mo, nadadala mo may dinidate ka, saka ka nagpunta. Hindi. Magiging overly critical, tsaka minsan nagiging paranoid yung iba, di ba? Ang sa akin kasi, parang I've met some of the best and mostly the worst people, siguro in Philippine politics. And given that experience, it's very easy to be cynical and to lose hope. Pero sa akin, parang sabi ko, even if you got that thought for a while, you have to banish it. Why? Because if you insist or you keep that cynicism, we will lose by default. There's no other way but to remain hopeful, kahit papano.
Kundi mawawala yung edge mo.
Kasi kunwari, tinaw lang natin dito yung nangyayari sa gobyerno, di ba? Sa dami ng mga magnanakaw, talagang isipin mo na, lahat naman yung magnanakaw eh. Paano naman yung hindi magnanakaw?
Hindi.
Na ginagawa ng maayos yung trabaho nila?
Yes.
Paano naman yung mga simpleng Pilipino na pamilya? Yung pamilya, nakikita natin, hardworking, pinapalaki ng maayos yung mga anak nila. Tapos ikaw na may plataforma ka, madidinig sa'yo, hindi, wala na tayong pag-asa. Paano pa sila?
Yeah.
Di ba?
Nakakaawa.
Parang kaawa. Ganun, ikaw boss, di ba? You have a very big following in your own niche, di ba? Nakatingin sa yung mga tao eh. Di ba? Meron silang ina-expect, meron silang gusto magandang makapakuha out of you. Ganun din sa akin. So, ang rule dyan, huwag mo silang lolokohin. Huwag mo silang
Yes.
gagaguhin.
Yes.
Huwag mo silang ibubudol. Ang problema ko kasi sa idea ng authenticity, a lot of people say, hindi, okay tayo, dapat authentic. That's fine. Pero your authenticity has to be related to something which is good.
Yes.
Hindi pwedeng authentic na masamang tao ka. Authentic na
Pero authentic pa rin.
Authentic pa rin yun eh. Gusto namin yung ganitong politiko, authentic, nakaka-relate kami. Nagmumura, talagang gustong pumatay.
I know.
Wow, okay. Sige, nandun tayo, authentic yun. Pero do you think that is the best version of yourself?
Yes.
Kasi lahat naman tayo nagmumura. Pero ano yan eh, it's how you control yourself in the face of something. May nabasa ko before, sabi nila yung what's the biggest challenge sa isang lalaki? To control your emotions, your dogs.
Yes.
If you're able to control them, that makes you a man,
Yes.
not a brute.
Ito po isang leksyon itong nakaraang linggo na gusto ko sanang iwan po sa inyo. Alam nyo, napaka-importante po talaga na pumili tayo ng mga tama at saka maayos na leader. Yung po merong vision o tunay na pangarap para sa ating bansa.
What's something you've stopped chasing because you realized it wasn't worth losing yourself over?
Wala akong naisip na specific thing that I wanted to achieve, no? Ganito siguro. When I joined the big network, that was in 2015, ano na ako nun eh, medyo matagal na ako sa industry, pero sa print, I had spent the first 15 years of my life sa Inquirer.
Yeah.
Print. Nagsusulat
Yeah.
ako. And then, kinuha ko sa ABS-CBN. And then, nung I was doing well dun sa network, meron akong talk show. And then, one of my bosses told me, sabi niya, gusto ka nung higher ups in the sense na pwede ka raw i-develop into the main male anchor. Sabi ko, okay lang. Hindi ko naman siya, honestly, hindi ko pinapangarap eh. Kasi hindi, for someone who came from print, hindi ako magpapakamatay na makita yung mukha ko sa TV. Sanay ako mag-interview
Sanay ka na behind
behind
the scenes. Yeah.
Masanay ako na interview na medyo ganito, yung parang conversational, hindi yung para bang pinapanood kayo habang nag-i-interview. So sabi ko, that's okay, pero I didn't give too much weight. And then, kasi pag nakamit ka ng ordinary person working in a network, sasabihin sa'yo ng reporter, ang dream niyan maging anchor. Ang dream niyan maging TV Patrol. Ako hindi ko dream yun eh. Kasi nabababawan ako sa TV Patrol eh. Yung mga ganong coverage. Kumbaga, that's not me. Meron siyang sariling purpose, meron siyang sariling use, pero that's not me. Kumbaga, I don't aspire to be the next Noli De Castro.
Yes.
Hindi ako ganun eh. And then I realized that because of what happened to me sa network, sabi ko, tama pala yung gut feel ko na hindi ito yung gusto ko eh. Na instead of pushing along a path that many people thought should have been the right path for someone working in a network, kumbaga, I carved my own eh. Yung lumipat ako eh. Meron palang ganitong niche eh. This is what I do now. Mas happy ako kasi you can be yourself. Walang censorship from the big network. Walang mga political or business or corporate interests na kailangan ka pangalagaan. It's just you. Of course, meron siyang vulnerabilities dahil mag-isa ka eh. Pero at least, iba sa akin yung breath of fresh air ng independence. Pag sa network, ang sakit sa ulo. Dahil mo kausap.
And one final question, Christian. One day, people will forget the interviews. They may forget the headlines. They may even forget your opinions. But the people who love you will remember exactly how you made them feel. When someone asks your family years from now, what kind of man was Christian? What's the very first sentence you hope they would say?
I would want them to think that I was a man of integrity. Naisip ko yan before eh, kasi when I was having this problem with ABS-CBN, alam naman siguro iba history ko doon. Tinanggal ako rin because of heavy censorship. And that was one of the toughest moments in my career as a journalist. But that was also, looking back, one of the best experiences I had. Because if it didn't happen, I would not have been pushed to this particular platform. Diba? I created this channel mainly because of that experience sa ABS-CBN. And looking back, nung nandun pa ako kasi, di ba sabi ko sa opinionated ako and then I stand my ground eh. So I was being heavily censored by the CEO. And sa akin sabi ko, I have to say my piece. I have to explain what I do. I had to tell them that I'm not being the person you thought I was, but I'm just being a journalist. I had my red lines. I had my non-negotiables. There's certain games that I don't play and will never play. Tapos eventually, pinasabi ko nga eh. Kasi nung masyadong maano na yung nagmumukha untenable na. Sinabi ko sa boss ko. Pakisabi na lang doon sa pinaka-boss. Eventually, sila may-ari ng company. They can just remove me anytime. Yun, tinanggal nga ako. Pero sa
They
akin,
called your bluff.
hindi ko naman bluff yan. Alam ko naman doon din darating yun eh. Pero may mga nagsasabi sa akin ng mga office mates ko, sabi, tapang mo, parang hindi ka ba natakot, mawawala ka ng trabaho? Sabi ko, hindi ko siya masyado naisip kasi iba yung iba yung pakaramdam nung pag talagang you respect the craft as a journalist. Na parang inisip mo, may non-negotiable ka na hindi mo pwedeng ibigay. Tapos ang sinabi ko na lang, sabi ko, nawala ako sa network a week before my son was born.
Wow.
Imagine mo yun, magiging jobless ka.
The uncertainty.
The uncertainties. I remember I was searching on YouTube how to put up my own channel, how to do live interviews, how to do lighting setup at home, pinakamaayos na
Wow.
camera na pwede mong gamitin at this particular budget. Ginagawa ko yun habang nagle-labor si Mrs. Nung tinatanong ko iba kong kasama sa ABS-CBN, parang okay lang sa'yo? Ba't di ka na tumahimik? Diba? Para bang huwag mo nang kalabanin yung may-ari dahil trabaho yun at stake dito eh. Sabi ko, darating yung point na lahat naman tayo mamamatay. Sabi ko, pagdating ko sa deathbed ko, kausap ko yung anak ko o yung mga anak namin, pati mga apo, gusto kong kaya ko silang tingnan straight in the eye. Sabi ko, I might have been very imperfect, I had my flaws, pero I can look you straight in the eye. Hindi ko kayo binenta. Hindi ko binenta yung principles ko for you. Na meron kayong makikita na meron akong tinaguyod for you to look at and to model yourselves after. So sabi ko, yun, that was my driving force behind that.
Was there doubts when you have your friends, you have your coworkers telling you, pare, tone down ka, ganun. How hard was it for you to say, hindi pare, hindi ganun eh? How hard was it? Or was it just came natural na talagang, ito yun eh?
Surprisingly natural. Parang sa akin kasi, ang hirap mag-work sa isang bagay na pwedeng kumikita ka pero alam mong meron kang binebenta. I mean, your principles. Meron kang ginigive up. Sa mga nanonood siguro na medyo hindi pa nagwo-work, you will realize na the biggest miracle in your life pag nag-work na kayo is to have the right mix between doing what you love and being able to support yourself and your family using that. Parang siya yung Goldilocks zone.
Because most people don't have and will never have that opportunity.
That opportunity or even privilege or luxury, no?
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
ang sa akin kasi, parang as a person, hirap na hirap akong gawin yung isang bagay pag hindi ko gusto. Kahit malaki pa yung bayad dyan or very comfortable yung return, pag hindi mo siya gusto. Hindi ako yun eh. Nahirap.
So guys, there you go. Christian Esguerra in the flesh. Christian, thank you. If there's one word or three words I can describe getting to know you today, it's number 1, you're a maverick. Number 2, responsible. And number 3, integrity in the face of anything you had to deal with. So that's very rare in today's society. So guys, I hope you learned something from getting to know one of our, it's hard to say na rising because you're already there, but then there's a lot of people who still haven't touched your channel, and I hope we have the platform to share your very valuable and sometimes creative way of explaining things.
Makakalokohan kasama.
Hindi dapat because you have to be entertaining to people to
Yeah.
break through that membrane, diba?
Yeah, tama.
For them to start realizing. But Christian, thank you very much for this opportunity. We're definitely humbled to have somebody like you on our show. And we will see you in more of your show. Please follow Christian. We will post the links on all his, it's very easy actually, Christian Esguerra lang. It's on his the YouTube, TikTok,
Facebook.
Instagram, Facebook, and everything else.
Salamat, boss. Maraming salamat. The honor is mine and I'm privileged to be part of your channel.
Thank you very much,
Thank you,
Christian.
thank you.
Guys, thank you for watching The Second Row, where we make public figures become human. Hi, this is King Panda of King Panda Garage and the King Panda Show. Please subscribe to my YouTube channel and all our social media channels and visit our website, King Panda PH. At kung nagtataka kayo bakit ako naka-wheelchair, kasi hanggang ngayon hindi nyo pa binibili. So kung binili nyo yung wheelchair, by that time, wala nang stock at tatayo na ulit ako. So I see you guys later.